What's up guys, welcome back for another YgoPro duel video. Next match, Cross-Banlist Cup. Finally, all the way back to the beginning. We've had our first series of matches and now let's go back to the beginning for the next two matches. The first matchup here, again, or at least our decks that we already have seen in the Cross-Banlist Cup, I believe about 2 months ago. The first deck list we have Zombie TeleDAD from the OCG Zombie Undead. Well, you know what I mean, right? Pretty much TeleDAD featuring the whole zombie engine with pre-errata, Dueling, and of course card of safe return, also pre-errata. Super fast deck, super ridiculous deck, also with triple burial from a different dimension, emergency teleport, access to crush card. But yeah, what do I need to explain more about this astonishing crazy deck? Second deck list we have Invoked, Windwitch Invoked, that is again one of the more recent decks in this year's Cross-Banlist Cup. Pre-links by the way, and that's definitely one of this deck's biggest strengths, that we are not using link for. But again, triple Alistair in the main deck, Max C, very dangerous card, and all those back row, right? The triple Sanctum into possible side or moral tech, again, very strong play against a lot of old decks. Same for Dimensional Barrier. Again, super clutch card against any Synchro deck from the old era, for example. Same for Zombie TeleDAD, like an instant barrier can stun that and can, you know, be like GG already, since you're losing pretty much one turn. Double compulse as well in the main deck. So which deck has the advantage? I think it should be clear, right, that Invoked has the advantage over the Zombie TeleDAD deck list. Again, for the multiple reasons I already explained, with the artifact Sanctum in the main deck for sight, Dimensional Barrier as well, the super one card engine in the form of your Invoked Alistair, like pumping out those fusions once per turn. Or let's not forget, the invincible Crystal Wing is also something, you know, you have to keep in mind against zombies. This particular zombie list hasn't main deck too many outs against the potential Crystal Wing. But again, the match still needs to be played out, so yep, let's hop into the first duel. Okay, first game. I think I get to start here with the 6th card. Yup, this is definitely an okay opening hand. One of the few back rows. Having the Raigeki break is always good to interrupt any of my opponent's plays. But I didn't, at least I didn't think I had to activate the Raigeki break here on his field spell. He again could have had like an Alistair in hand, and that would have been useless, right, with the Raigeki break on the field spell. And again, I'll just rather keep Raigeki break to prevent my opponent from going for a possible Crystal Wing, right? I do have Brain Control in hand, which is one of the few outs against Crystal Wing. Well, it's an out, right? But again, not really a direct out if I can't like OTK my opponent. The Brain Control here lures out the Rage in, putting it face down, so it won't change control, it won't change sides, right? And here, this series of plays like showcases the bull crap this particular deck is capable of, right? Both Brionek and card of safe return, pre-errata, so not once per turn, you know, that one sentence that can change like a whole deck. One card can change that, not once per turn, so using card of safe return multiple times during the same turn. Same for Brionek, pre-errata, not limited to like once per turn. So you can just bounce back your continuous card of safe return and, you know, just reactivate it and keep plussing, keep drawing off of your Mizukis, and drawing into like Burial is also disgusting as well. And, you know, eventually you can just attack for a game. So instantly going for game number 2, where the opponent gets to start. He definitely has the advantage. I mean, if he goes first and has like a Sanctum or a Barrier, he should be set to go, right? Especially with the Barrier, since this deck's whole purpose is going for the extra. They can Synchro summon, right? And both Artifact Sight and Dimensional Barrier can pretty much stun this entire deck and give him the extra turn he needs to set up. There is again the Crystal Wing. Yeah, in game 1 he wasn't able to go for it, but now he's able to go for it, and in my hand, not really like an out for it, and especially with a Rage in hand and, you know, the 2 back rows, this already can be GG. Then again, I do have Giant Tornado, but again, he has like multiple chainable cards like Sanctum into Sight, and of course Dimensional Barrier, which makes Giant Tornado like a useless card, right? Anyway, there is the Makaba, and yep, he's able to do enough damage to, you know, again, just seal the deal. I just got wrecked, even though with the card of Safe Return in hand, you know, no engine alive. Wasn't able to set up my engine. But game number 3, I get to start. Okay, the opponent does have access to Maxi. 3 Maxis in his main deck, but still, okay, 1 Maxi, it's definitely devastating, but, you know, as it was with TeleDAD, you don't really want to, you know, pump out your engine turn 1 if going first. So just set Goblin Zombie to potentially get a search, and, well, like, hope that your opponent cannot really go for Crystal Wing. If he goes for Makaba, forcing out Makaba with a Monster Negation, this is so clutch. The opponent not have any like back row. Well, if he would have set aside, again, this would have been the same series of plays, using Bane Control to take control of my opponent's Crystal Wing. Possibly negate the Maxi, doesn't really matter, right? It's not like he can draw into Gorse or Valor, right, to stop a Brionek from... Well, it's not really too important, since again, the discard cost for Brionek is what counts. Getting the Mizugis in my graveyard with discard cost. And if it wasn't for Foolish Burial, I would not have been able to, you know, use Brionek multiple times. Again, keep in mind, you can just set the same card over and over again and reuse Goblin Zombie multiple times. And yup. Again, I'm honest, definitely did not expect this. Like, it's definitely possible that if we would like play this match like a rematch between both these decks, that Invoked would like win 2-0. That's again possible, but that's how it is, right? That's how it is with Yu-Gi-Oh! And these matchups, especially in the Cross-Banlist series. This is not really an exception, as we saw in previous cups already. But again, okay, Zombie TeleDAD takes the 2 points here in this matchup, and Invoked will only get 1 point, but still 1 match remaining as a whole in this particular group, and the next matchup should follow very, very soon. Fire Fist versus the Redux Gadgets, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, guys, that's it. Thanks for watching, and feel free to leave a comment or like if you enjoyed the video. Lithium signing out. Peace.